Hello. You guys might have seen, if you've been following us on social media recently, you'll see that we got hold of a DIY solar panel kit, and we're here today to see if we can get it fitted. So this is Karl and Rhea's Swift Conqueror 530. This is the kit we got. So what we're going to do is see if me and Karl can actually get this on, get it working, just show you guys how easy it is. Just quickly with the kit, we've gone for a 100-watt solar panel. This is a Vechline kit, and this one comes with everything you need. So you've got the 100-watt panel itself, and then you also get a little bag which has got the tube of sealant, silicon sealant, everything you need there. The 12-volt regulator. So again, we'll have a look at that, see where we put that, fit that, exactly what that does. We've got the cable entry gland and the associated bits for that, so that will go on the roof, just let the cable in. And we've also got a cleaning pad. So everything you need, all bar a couple of tools, should be included in the kit, but as we go through, we'll show you and let you know what you need.
Right, so now we've checked the kit, we've got all the bits, so we know everything's in the box. We're going to plan our route to see where the cables can go down to the battery box. We've taken a few of the covers off inside, just to see if we've got enough room to run the cables through. So we're going to run down there along with the factory cables. We've also took this side panel off the side of the radio and the 12-volt system. And we're going to get a size and a measurement to get the hole for the roof to drop the cable through, which is going to be around about here, just above the radio. So what we decided to do for this panel is we're going to bring a hole through on the roof around about here. We're going to have the controller on the wall here. I'm going to bring the cables along down here. We're going to have an inline fuse at the bottom and then connect it up to our battery box. So now we've taken the measurements inside the van. We're going to now do the measurements on the out, find out where the cable can go through the roof, make sure it works with everything else, you know, all the roof lights, and we'll be ready to drill the hole. So now we've marked out the hole in the roof, ready to be drilled. We'll just double check the panel, get it all nice and square on the roof. Then we'll draw around where we need to put the fixing kit. Now it's all marked out. We've cleaned the roof with the sponge ready. Now we've got the Seeker cleaner that comes with the kit. So we just break the cleaner, ready to go. We'll just clean these two areas back into up and down here. Do around where we put the entry gland into the roof. That's it, it's all ready to be fixed on the roof. Before we fit the panel, we select which way round we want to put it, with the cables connecting the panel at this end and us going through the roof at this end too. We're going to have it over there to save the cable running too far along the van. It's all pre-wired, so we'll just unclip all this and it's ready for sticking on the roof. So this is a can of polyurethane sealant that they give you, Seeker. It's all in the kit. All you need is a gun. And we're ready now to stick the panel to the roof. We've drew around where the feet are going to go, so we'll just bond this area up. Now we've bonded both sides, we'll just carefully line it up to the roof. And you're ready to stick the panel to the roof. Give it a waggle, make sure it's got all the air out. that's it. So now the panel's bonded to the roof of the Caravan. We've got the gland. We've marked our hole out, ready to go. So now we're ready to drill the roof. All we need is a small bit, a bigger bit. The cable's around about 11, 12 mil, so we've got about 12, 13 mil bit. We're ready to drill a hole. So now we've piloted the hole, we've got the bigger bit in the drill. I'm going to fire this through, ready to put the cable through. So now we've drilled the hole and tried the cable through just to make sure it all fits nice. There we go, it's perfect. Yeah. So now we're going to get the cable through the gland. We've screwed it together, we've put the screw on the back. There's a rubber in there, you've got the lid. We'll slide that through. Plenty of cable on this panel, which is perfect. That's ready to be bonded on the roof and tighten the gland.
You've seen the drilling that Karl's done on the roof. We're ready to put the cable through. Now this bit you might need a second pair of hands. You can see if I poke through, Karl's up there at the moment with the cable. And what he's going to do is he's going to feed that through, and I'm going to receive it this end and pull it through. Okay, so you can see the hole that we've just drilled there at the back of this control panel. So Karl starts feeding it through from the top, and then I'll just give it a little helping hand, put my hand around here and just pull the cable, just guide it through the hole. And what we'll do is we'll take up all of the slack.
So now we're ready to seal the entry gland to the roof. All you need to do really is put a mark around it so we've not got loads of adhesive all over the roof, not looking very nice and unsightly. Just make sure you get a good amount of sealant on it, because we need to make sure this is completely watertight all the way around. Ideally if your sealant joins up all the way so there's no gaps in it, that helps. There's one complete gasket. I won't be shy with this, it wants to be watertight. Seal around the cable as well. Now we're ready to fix the gland down to the roof. And there we go. We can tighten the entry gland with a cable. Now we know it's all set the right length. It's just a little rubber at the back. Get the rubber in. Tighten it up. I'm going to put a bit of tape on it just to keep it all down in place until that sets. Make sure that's nice and square. Just holds it in position. And we're almost complete. So now we've got the gland sealed down to the roof, we're ready to go inside and connect all the cables up.
Okay, so that's the majority of the outside work's done. Obviously Karl's been up there, fitted the panel, we've fitted the entry gland, drilled the hole, everything's sealed down. So now it's just a case of waiting for that to dry before we go back up and just remove the tapes. Moving inside, as you saw in the video earlier, we've routed the cable down behind the 12 volt system in this Caravan. And what we're going to do is we're going to fit the controller and everything into here and run it down the wall round to the battery. Now you'll see in here the cable that we've pulled through, there's reams and reams of this left. We're not going to need all of it, but until we've marked out the route, we're not going to cut it either. One of the first things we need to install, which comes with the kit, is the solar panel charge controller. Now it's really important that you use the controller and don't run the solar panel directly to the battery, as it needs to be regulated. So this little device here will actually regulate and cut the solar panel in and out to make sure that we don't overcharge the battery. So we'll have a go at fitting this now and see how we get on.
So now we're just pulling the cable through the hole in the cupboard, ready to connect down to the battery box. So now we're ready to put the controller on the wall. We're just going to select it up in the cupboard up here, screw it on with the supplied screws in the box with the kit, and join the wires together.
Okay, so I don't know if you can quite see that, but we've now got the charge controller mounted on the wall where we want to put it. What Carl's going to do now is cut through the cable, making sure we've got enough slack to get us in. So what that's going to do is it's going to leave us a length of cable that runs from the solar panel straight into the controller. Just be aware, and it's marked on the end of this kit, your live and neutral. Luckily on here you've got a blue and a brown, and they're both marked positive and negative. So just be aware of that colour, but we'll cut through now and connect the controller. So we've got the controller mounted on the wall. You see here, just past Carl, we've got, I'll spin that round a bit. We've got the controller on the wall. We've cut the cable. So this is the cable that runs through from the panel. So you see you've got the end there. We've already sort of pre-wired, pre-cut the wires. And then we've got the next strand that's going to run out of the controller, and that's the one that's going to run down the wall and into the battery. So now we've got those, we're going to leave them disconnected at the moment. Obviously we've got power coming from the solar panel, so we don't want any electric shocks. We'll leave everything disconnected, get all the wires, get everything back together before we make the connections. So we'll put the trim, put the Caravan back together now, and then we'll do the connection. The cable's now been routed, comes down the trunk and down the corner, and we've got it round going towards the battery. Two jobs we need to do down here. We need to obviously connect it up to the battery, but more importantly we need to add an inline fuse. So the one we've got here was recommended by the dealer. This is rated at 16 amps, but again it's really important that any electrical installations you have are fused to the correct level. So we're going to have a go at getting this fitted, see where we go from there.
We've stripped the cable back, ready to get this inline fuse, and it's going down on the positive, which is the brown. So we're just going to cut the cable around about the centre of that, and we'll bare the two ends. We'll connect that fuse in. And we're ready now to connect the fuse. So now we've got the inline fuse in, it's screwed on, so it's a case of connecting the two together. There we go.
Okay, so that's it. That's the inline fuse, which is now installed in there. Next thing we've got to do is we need to connect the cable up to the battery. Now on this Caravan here, there's not a massive amount of space to get behind the water tank that's in here. Well, I can pan that across. So there's a water tank here, and the battery box is behind. So and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get it through the entry gland into the battery box, and we'll do a direct connection into the battery. We've had a look in the battery box. We've taken the battery out for this, and we've got our standard 12 volt power connections for the van. So what we need to do is we need to try and wire the solar panel into this. Now, depends on your Caravan what you've got. This Caravan here has previously had a motor mover fitted, so there's a few redundant holes and accesses through that we can use. So what we're going to do here is just under these power cables, there's two other holes. So we're going to strip the sheath back on the solar power cable, and we're going to push that through there and connect
So
them up.
strip the cable back, we'll pull the sheath off, and we're going to poke it through the 2 holes as Dan explained on the outside.
Okay, so we've pulled the 2 cables through from the solar panel, and they're about the same length as the terminal connectors we've got for the battery. So we've stripped the cable off, you see there, and we're simply going to clamp those in to each of the terminals, making sure again that we've got the right polarity. So we've got the positive to the positive and the negative across to the negative.
Ready now to screw it up. Here we go. Same again on the negative. That's it.
So that's it. See there, got both of the power cables, the positive and negative, from the solar panel attached to the battery in the terminals. So what we're going to do now is just have a bit of a tidy up, get this all zipped up, and then we'll get the battery connected.
Now to connect the battery, just make sure the cable at the other end aren't touching. Ready to connect up. So now we're ready to connect the battery cable up to the controller. Positive and negative, you've got the panel one is the first, and then you've got the battery positive and negative, and then you've got an extra one you've used to charge another device, say on a camper van, etc.
Get this in there.
As you can see, we've now got power. That's now connected to the battery. So this is the final connection now. This connects the solar panel. So now we've got the 2 lights flashing, we know we've got power and the battery's connected. It all looks as if it's working.
So that's it, solar panel's fitted, everything's done on the roof, panel on, the entry glands, cable's been put through. You just see in the background there, got the charge controller, that's all now been mounted. You see the wires go straight behind this bulkhead here, down behind the 12-volt system and into the battery. Easy.
Yeah, really easy, yeah.
Really easy. Probably took us about two and a bit,
Yeah.
2.5 hours, something like that. But obviously we had a lot of time in there of doing bits of video and whatnot. So if you set aside that a morning and afternoon, make sure you've got a good bit of weather so you can get the sealant dry. But it's really quite a simple job.
Good,
just
very good kit.
Yeah.
It's all working. They've got batteries jumped straight up to 13.5 volt from about 11.5 really from when we got here.
Yeah, and we've got a little clip of that which I'll just show you in there. so you'll be able to see the difference we had in the battery, and it's only been on there for half an hour or something like that.
Yeah, not long.
So really simple, something to have a look at. You only need a few tools, and we had not a lot. There's a drill, a few screwdrivers, some wire snippers, bit of insulating tape, so nothing out of the ordinary that the average DIY would probably not have at home. We'll do a written blog about that, which you see on our website. If you get any questions, anything like that, you want to ask us how we got on, you can always get in touch with us. Obviously visit us on youngtourers.co.uk or on social media, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram @youngtourers. Thanks, bye bye.